So let's go in, ladies. We're going to write down the 4 elements of the dominant personality. How are you wired as a dominant woman? Well, first and foremost, the dominant personality, the dominant woman is determined. As a dominant personality, determination is your friend. That is your key to success. Another word to describe you would be a doer. Dominant women are always about that grind, always about that hustle, always about checking it off and getting it done. We're also dominant. That is another D word that you're going to want to write down. Dominant in the sense of large and in charge, not in an arrogant way. And the words that I'm using to describe us, it's not to put us in a box. It is to liberate us, to say, yes, that is me. I am determined. I am a doer. I am dominant. And we're also decisive. Dominant women can make those decisions, make it happen. And we can make them very quickly as dominant women. So the 4 Ds, you're determined, you're a doer, you're dominant, and you're decisive. The default setting on your dominant personality, it means that by the nature of how you're wired, you're confident. That is a huge, huge plus that you can use in your life right now today. You're powerful, but there's a blind spot. We've got blind spots. Let me tell you, the areas to watch, you're going to write this in your notes. And this is the truth, ladies. Impatient. Can I get both hands raised? I want it done now. And if I'm not careful, my dominant personality, while it's this strong, dominant decisiveness, it also leaves me with a blind spot of being impatient. Also, we're very blunt. As a dominant personality person, I am very direct. The truth will make you free. And I can make sure that I'm helping you to be free by telling you the truth, but I've got to watch it. You've got to watch it because the bluntness sometimes at work, with your family, with friends, can really put you off, put other people off. We don't want to do that. So that's a blind spot that we have to watch out for. If you are like me, and you are a dominant personality, it's all about the competition. And it's all about making sure that you are a winner. So recapping, how are we wired? By default, we are decisive. We are doers. We are dominant. We are determined. We love, love, love the confidence and the power that we have innate on the inside of us. But we've got to be very careful to make sure that we are not impatient, that we are not too blunt, and that we have our competition under control. So there are 3 keys that I want to give you this afternoon, 3 keys to using your dominant personality to your advantage. So let's get key number 1. Key number 1 is that you've got to understand what you want. You have got to understand as a dominant woman what it is that you actually want. And I'm going to tell you what that is. We want and we operate at a fast-paced environment. We are moving. And my life, just if I showed you my schedule, you would understand, if you are a dominant woman, exactly where I'm coming from. It is about making it happen Monday through Sunday. So the fast-paced environment we definitely want. We want results. I cannot stress this enough. A dominant woman's personality is built on results. Are we getting it done? Are we getting it done fastly? Are we getting it done competitively? Are we getting it done? That's what I want, no doubt about it. What do I also want? I want to win. I want to be on a winning team. I want to create a winning team. I want to make sure that anything that I put my hand to, that winning is the objective. This is unique to a dominant woman's personality. And we want challenges. We want to climb the Mount Everests in life. That is who we are, and do not shrink away from it. So what does that look like? The dominant woman is called the producer. And so let me give you some tips that you can use today for making and using and putting your personality to work. First, keep yourself challenged. This is key for me. I am very self-aware. And I like to pace my life in such a way, I told you, very fast paced. So when there are lulls, when there are dips, I still have to keep myself challenged, to keep from getting bored, to keep from getting distracted. So you want to make sure that in your life plan, you are building challenges for yourself. You also always, as a dominant personality woman, give yourself multiple choices. Give yourself the ability to be able to say yes or no, A or B, Z or F. Making sure that you have choices is very liberating to your personality makeup and your wiring. And 3, plan how you're going to maintain control. Needless to say, dominant personalities, because we want to win, because we like challenges, because we're determined, because we're doers, we want to control everything. So in life, you know it, I know it. Let's just talk about marriage. I can't control my husband. I've never been able to control him. So I try to, in my life, build in areas in which I can have control, whether it be in my career, whether it be in a project, or whether it be in a hobby that I'm taking. Planning ways to control, once again, enables you as a dominant woman to just breathe. Key number 2, understand what you need. So now we've talked about what we want. We want to win, we want results, we want challenges, but what do we fundamentally need based on being a dominant woman? I'm going to tell you: choices, challenge, control. I cannot stress those 3 enough. As a dominant woman, just think back over your life. You are at your best when you have choices. You are at your best when you have control. And you are at your best when you are challenged. Challenged to the point where you're like, oh my God, I don't even know if I can do it. But the exhilaration of just being challenged and being a dominant woman gives you that momentum and that energy to keep moving forward. If you're in a job right now and you do not have choice on what you can do or how you can do it, if you're not challenged, and if you have no control, no autonomy over anything, I can guarantee you, as a dominant woman, you are miserable. So you've got to build this into your life strategy and plan so that you can be free and you can move forward as you should. So let me give you some tips. The unstoppable woman that's dominant is the overcomer. So here are some tips to overcome, once again, right now, today. Number 1, provide an element of freedom someplace in your life. Someplace in your life, you've got to be able to say, I am free to be me. This is me at my best. If it's not on your job, or not in your marriage, or not in your social life, or not in your business strategy, you've got to put it in there so that you can actually flourish and thrive as a dominant personality. So always provide an element of freedom. Number 2, write it down. You got to mix things up. As a dominant woman, remember, we want choices. We want challenge. We need control. We need these things. So you've got to build a life plan that has it mixed up. In my own personal life, I will mix it up by rearranging my entire house, my entire office. Welcome to my office today. I can't promise you that even next week it's going to look the same way, because I like to keep things mixed up. I build in areas in my life in which I can always mix things up. You want to do the exact same thing too. And 3, I cannot stress this enough, ladies. Step out of your comfort zone, dominant women, and accept those difficult assignments, accept those difficult tasks, because you're wired to do it. Don't shrink back, step in, lean in, do whatever you've got to do to say, yes, I accept the challenge. It might look impossible. It might be really, really hard. Others might call you crazy for trying it, but you are a dominant woman. You want to win. You want results. You want to be an overcomer. So give yourself the freedom to take on those tasks and those responsibilities. So first key, understand what you want. Second key, we just talked about it. Understand what you need. And here's the third key. Use your dominant personality daily. Why do I have to say that? As a dominant woman, I'm sure you have heard what's been whispered about you behind your back or even to your face, because being a dominant woman and being a woman that is just confident by the nature of who she is puts you at odds with folks. And so I have talked to oodles of dominant women, and we kind of huddle together and whisper, yeah, we're really dominant. No more whispering. Step in daily to be who you are. Here's the key. You can tone it up or you can tone it down because you have control over your personality. So let me give you some pointers. Number one, plan strategically. I just sent out a slew of emails to my chief of staff this morning because that part of me as a dominant woman, I've got to always have something going on. I've got to always be looking forward. I've got to always understand strategically what my next steps might be. And this translates across the board, personally and professionally. When I was raising my children, I was the master mom strategist. We had a plan. So that strategic plan, you want to make sure that you are implementing some kind of strategy in your life every day to be unstoppable as a dominant woman. Number two, you want to be driving forward in your life. If you are a dominant woman right now and you honestly don't have what that next step is going to be, I know for a fact you are completely frustrated. As a dominant woman, you want to be driving forward. And then finally, you need to stay focused. If you are scattered, if you are all over the place, if there is no strategic plan, if there is no forward momentum, and you're not able to focus as a dominant woman, you are lost. And I don't want you to be that way. That's why I want to make sure that you are unstoppable every single day. So 3 tips: plan strategically, drive forward in every area of your life, and stay focused, dominant woman. So here's our motto as dominant women: winners never quit, and quitters never win. You know for a fact as a dominant woman, you want to win. You want to win in every area of your life. And this is secretly, yes, low key, my motto. Winners never quit. I cannot even fathom quitting in my life. And quitters, I know that for a fact, they never, ever win.